We came down from Zimbabwe at the end of 2002, then in our early 50s, to start again. And we were looking for a property that would be big enough for 2 horses. And we ended up buying Helderstroom. And in early 2003, I was doing quite a lot of work in Botswana. And on one of my visits to Gaborone, I bought a Country Life at the airport to read on the plane, as one does. And in that Country Life was an article about the first alpacas that had arrived in the country, organised by a retired dentist in South Africa. And he'd seen a niche, at least a little gap in the market for this niche product. And it piqued my interest. And when I got home a few weeks later, I showed the article to my husband and we started doing some research. And our alpacas were on the second plane load to come in from Chile. Alpaca is considered to have one of the finest animal fibres on the planet. It is non-allergenic and it also comes in 22 natural colours and shades. So from white, very pale fawn, right through the spectrum of the browns, chocolate, caramel, right through to very dark brown, black, and all the greys. I think the main challenge in what we do has been processing the fibre. Alpaca requires special milling, and South Africa has lots of mohair mills and so on, but nothing to process alpaca. And it's not only the fineness of the fibre, it's all the different colours. So we then bought our own carder. We sit round a wire table there and we pick the vegetation out of the fibre. So it is very labour intensive. In the studio, I have the help of 2 permanent ladies, one who's been with us almost since our inception. And there's not a lot that Teresa doesn't know about spinning and fibre. So those are the 2 girls and I do the fibre processing in the studio. On the outside scene, we have 2 guys at the moment to help with the animals and with the grounds, the garden and the paddocks and so on. And my husband and I are both fully active and we join in as well. Alpaca is really deemed a gallery item, and we don't mass produce. We spin on spinning wheels, we knit on knitting needles, so we don't make lines of products. We make one of a kind. There's only one of that, one of each of those along there. I sell at a weekly market, and we sell online, but because these products do come with more than a Woolies price tag, when you go onto our online shop, you don't click and add to cart. You click and talk to me, because I don't want you spending a lot of money on a jersey that you like but you're not quite sure about. I want you to know exactly the measurement round here, the arm measurement, the shoulder to hem. So that is really how we sell, and we sell from here. People phone us and say, can we come and see the alpacas? And can we come to your studio shop? So we welcome visitors by appointment. We're a very small little outfit, but we do produce what we believe is top quality treasures. When the first alpacas came into South Africa, a South Africa Alpaca Breeders Club was formed. And there were probably at that stage no more than about 12 or 15 owners. And then the club was promulgated into a society, which is how it remains today. So I was elected to become president of the SABS, as we call it, the South African Alpaca Breeders Society, in 2013. And we have a constitution, we're a fully structured society. And at the moment, we have probably about 45 members right round the country, breeders and non-breeders, owners. Some people are hobby breeders. Other people, like ourselves, breed for the fine fibre and try to improve our fibre every year. In the early days, we sort of perhaps put one male to one female, but now every year we get the fibre tested. So we take a mid-sized sample from every alpaca, it goes to the Wool Testing Bureau, it comes back with all the statistics about that little bit of fibre, and from that we can decide which male to put with which female. And then they breed, and a week later you put the female back either with that male or another male, and what you want to see is a spit. And if she spits him off, it means, thank you, my boy, but you made me pregnant last week. And we do that behavior test 3 weeks in a row. And the behavior test is between about 85 and 95% successful. If she isn't pregnant, it's not too much of a big deal for us. But we won't keep on and on covering her, because you get later and later into the season and there is an optimal time to have babies. So the breeding protocol is very strict, it's very monitored, and we arrange the marriages basically. So we decide if a male has got particularly dense fibre, we might put him with a female whose fibre is not so dense, or one who's got good length. We've really improved our fibre over the 20 years we've been doing this. If you are thinking of starting an alpaca business and say you're a couple, I would always recommend that one of you has an income, a steady income from another job, because alpacas are reasonably hard work and you get a return, but it's not a great return. And so you need a bit of backing to get going. In our case, we are retired from a salaried job, put it like that, but we both need to work. If you stop working, you get old. And so we still need to put bread on the table, and we've got staff to pay. And this is why we carry on doing what we do.